Hello everyone, thank you for joining me today for yet another short tutorial. Today I will be trying to utilize some scraps from Christmas cards that I have been making and utilizing them as part of my decoration for future cards. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and dive right in. And in front of me here, if you can see, I have two different card layers. That this would be my first matted layer. On top that, the 110-pound cardstock, and I did have a few different like reds, red strips from, again, from other scrap and from cutting those out. And then of course I have some others which are just more cream, brownsy, snowy kind of background. So I'm going to use those to have create the matted pieces for my cards. So with this one, I want to go ahead and get started with just, playing around with them a little bit. Most of the time, I do not actually go ahead and do anything with those until I actually get on the video. And that's when I go ahead and, just pull, push, manipulate, whatever it is I need to do. And in that way, I'm doing it with you guys and you can see exactly how it comes out, just like I would when I'm done, because I have no idea what the outcome will be. Let's go ahead and take a look here. I am thinking I don't want everything to just be all the same length or anything. So I want to kind of, I would imagine, stagger them. So to get started, I'm going to go ahead and line up two of those. And I'm going to angle from the bottom, like maybe a little further up. I want to say maybe about that. So I have the ends, at an angle. I'm going to have those here. And I'm going to just maybe snip a top of this piece right here. So just the top here, just to kind of make it a little shorter than the first one. So then I have two that are not exactly the same length. Then I am going to have one perhaps a little shorter, and that's fine. And instead of having it snip the same way, I'm going to snip it the opposite direction, which is this way, and I'm going to go ahead and place it next to that. I'm kind of playing around with stuff just to see how it comes out. And then I'm going to do the top. I'm going to, let me see, this one can stay as it is. Maybe I will do the top the other way, which is snip it diagonally, and just see how it comes out. I'm going to have this next piece a little longer because I just want to do some kind of effect. Instead, I am going to snip the top across this way. So I will have it the other way, and I'm going to snip the bottom just a little bit. So I'm trying to create some kind of a, not necessarily a pattern, but something that is just different, I would imagine, if that would be a better word to say. And I'm not going to put them in line with each other. I'm going to stagger them at different, just different levels, I guess. That would be the next. I'm going to go ahead and do this one here. I'm going to shorten this one as well. Snip it across like this. Let me see. Is it longer than that one? No, I want it a little shorter. Okay, and have this one here, and then the final one I will maybe have it just a tad shorter, cut this way, and I'll diagonal it the other way. Okay, and I'm going to place it more or less in the middle of the card. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything stuck at this time, and let's see what comes out of it. I'm going to go ahead and get this stuck, and I shall be right back. But before I do so, I'm going to at least start it off so you could see, or at least hopefully see where I'm going with this, because I'm not sure where I'm going either. But you know, I just want to create something a little different with the strips instead of throwing them out. Okay, so just to give you an idea, I'm going in this direction. So I will be right back and we'll see how it comes out. Okay, so this is what I was able to come up with. I hope you guys can see it. I'm not sure what's going on with my webcam, but it is not being very nice right now. Anyways, so you can see what I'm trying to create, something just a little, not the typical, but just kind of, you know, swap them, interchange them. So some parts I have it on the diagonal at the bottom and vice versa. So then this would be what I came up with. So now I did have a couple of things that I have here that I am looking at very seriously. These are just some cloth flowers, some sort of flowers that I had in a set I got at Michael's some time ago, and it's like, okay, what do I do with those? So I'm going to utilize this in order to create just something. I'm going to put the flower more or less in the center of this, and in that way we'll see how that comes out. So here's the flower, first part and the second part. And this is just about utilizing stuff that you just kind of have lying around, and it's like, ugh, what do I do with those? So I'm trying to get it more centered at this time. And then I'm going to put a little bit of glue in the middle. And I do have a gem somewhere, kind of fell off. I'm going to use that gem and place it right in the middle. So far you can see how this is going. I was trying to put some kind of reds in there and then put something that kind of ties in with the background color, and that's the closest I got to. So far this is where we are. And then I had some gift boxes I did with the, you know, scrap again. I will use those and kind of like stick it's somewhere in a corner, sideways somewhere. And I believe I will rather mount those on some squares like this. I'm going to go ahead and get it on this at the back here. Just a few mounting squares just to give it some dimension. I always like mounting squares because they do give something a little extra, you know, like interactive for your cards. I have a lot of friends who do like those, you know, just having those mounted pieces on the cards, which they think is pretty nice. So I'm going to just stick this under here, trying to figure out where's the best place to kind of get it stuck. I want to say, okay, I'll just keep it kind of here and I'll slant it. Okay. So here is a couple of things so far. And as far as the, oh, there it is. I was looking for the sentiment. This basically is Christmas wishes. I'm going to go ahead and get my ink, and I'm going to go ahead and get that Christmas wish on there. So this is really a simple card. It's not, you know, not too much going on there. And let me see. I want to put it in a place that is, I think I'll put it right here. Just some good pressure on there. And there you go. So this is one simple card, nothing fancy, just pretty quick. I'm going to set this aside and let's go ahead and try the other one. And with this one, I'm going to do perhaps just a tad different, pattern. Instead of down, I may choose to do it another way. Now, one of the downsides to, in getting on your finger, if you can see here, and I don't want that to happen to you, my finger accidentally touched here and here is a little dark spot here, but that's okay. I can always, camouflage that if I need to, so that I can turn this into a nice little unmistake. So I have this other card base here, which is pretty dark, and I want to, lift it up a bit in order to have some kind of something a little different. So I'm going to use lighter pieces of scrap that I have. This would be the biggest piece of scrap. So this time I'm going to go across, or perhaps diagonal. I think I'll do that diagonal kind of to match what is on the paper. So with that one, I'm going to go ahead and let me see. I'm going to measure this one from, see, about here, because I'm trying to get something done. Usually I flip it over, but for now I'm just going to snip it like this for what I need, because I just want it to have a little overage. Then I'm going to go ahead and get those pieces, just lay them out, see how they look. If I like them, then they stay. If I don't, well, they're out the door. But either way, it's just a matter of just playing around with the pieces and making sure that, I get what I'm trying to achieve pretty much. Okay, and let me see. This is a longer piece, but it doesn't have to go all the way across. I'm just kind of playing around with it right now. And in that way, you can see, you can choose to just leave them the same length, or you can choose to just, depending on the length, just kind of just have them to just lay how they may, pretty much. This one, I'm going to do something a little different. Like I mentioned, I'm going to go ahead and have those more staggered. Okay. And in that way, they are not all on the same level, or they're looking a little different. So this is what I will do for that one. Okay, so this kind of gives you an idea. I am going to go ahead and get them stuck, and then I will be right back again, because I'm trying to cut down the length of this video. I still have not figured out how to cut down the lengths and speed up and all of that. So I'm working with what I have. So I will be right back while I go ahead and get those done. Okay, guys, I am back. I was just, making sure everything was on before I got back. So basically, this is what I got for this one. I was trying to go in the grain of the pattern on the back. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to just snip some extra extensions or lengths from here. Okay, and this one. And this one. And again, all this is scrap. Okay, so here is your Christmas wishes. Then I also took another flower that I would like to put. This one, I want to say I'm going to put towards the top here, like towards the tip of that, perhaps up here. Let me just kind of lay it and see how best it would look. Okay, I believe I got the spot. Forgive me, guys. I have my glue somewhere so that I can refill, but I am just deciding I don't want to refill right now. Okay, that's the first part. Let's get the second in, which is the brown. And last part, which is the little gem. Now this is a different option. Okay, so you can definitely see it's taking some kind of shape. So I have this here, and I also have this, again, another gift, or I do have a reindeer that I cut out that I have. I would imagine I can use that one. Again, it's entirely up to you with scrap pieces. I think I'm going to give him an eye because he doesn't have an eye. Just give him a dot. Whoops. I think I gave him an eyelash too. I think that's for her actually. Okay, so I can either use this one, or I have the other one, which is the papa on that one. So I believe I'll use him instead. Him and, well, maybe two of them. Nah, I think I like one. Yeah, sometimes I don't, there are times I don't like too much stuff on there. You know, just it already has enough things. And I don't want to add extra stuff that is just a little too much. I'm going to go ahead and get him stuck on. I'm not going to do the elevation, the diagonal or dimensional option. I'm just going to have him on here just nice and snug. And this just gives an idea of, you know, when you have all those scraps, you're making Christmas cards, you have all those extra scraps and you're wanting to utilize them, you can literally use them to give you some kind of options as far as, you know, what you can do with it. I'm going to set him here. I'm going to set him right here, and pretty much that's it. Okay, so this is the other option, and this is the first option. See? So these are done entirely from scrap. I am going to go ahead and place those on the bases, and then I will actually be having the photos, or the, you know, give you the final, but this is basically an option that, you know, you can definitely look at. So thank you so much for joining me and for your patience, and I shall see you guys next week. Stay safe. Bye-bye.